Okay, Archie, so we are going to be going to 7784 Salt Fork Drive, I believe. And we are, some of the neighbors, we are going to be viewing the next house. I don't have my gimbal with me, so unfortunately when you watch this, the phone's going to be kind of going like this, bobbing up and down a little bit. But, so, I believe it's right over here. The last one we looked at was 7736. Some of these are sold, some of them are available. But this street is like literally finished, which is nice. There's the model. We'll peek in there too, just to kind of get an idea of some of the finishes. So this is 7784 Salt Fork. So just kind of as my first impressions, it's got a neutral color palette. It's not going to offend anybody. It's going to show up really good in marketing photos for the property for renters. It's got like a taupe and a beige and taupe color. Nice header right here with extra trim. We've got some corbel trims, and then we have like a board and bat vertical print there on the side. Okay, so this landscaping is not done, but eventually it'll have like, river rock right there. We're gonna get into here. I'm not sure how far along they are, if this one is actually finished or not. Nice. Oh, you're good. I appreciate you. I'm used to opening up doors for my clients, so it's nice to actually have the doors open for me.
I'm glad I got you.
Thanks, man.
I enjoy it.
Appreciate you.
Blue tape's on purpose. We just did a quality walk. That's why.
Copy that. All right, cool. So, quality walk, like he was saying. So stuff like this, we can see it. Just a little bit of a, chips and rough, right? They'll put like the blue tape. I don't remember if you've even told me, with your experience, if it was a sight unseen property or whatnot, but when you bought Lennar in OKC, but they may or may not have done this blue tape, we call it like a blue tape ceremony. I do a lot of new construction. Kirkland Senior was a new construction down south. I used to live in Wolf Ranch, which is a neighborhood right next to Sterling Ranch. They call everything here ranch, like Banning Lewis Ranch, Sterling Ranch, Wolf Ranch. It's just one of those things, but it's a new build. It's gonna go through its paces as far as the trades coming in, the superintendents visiting these properties and just doing like a QC check on things. We've got decent shaker style cabinetry. This never offends anybody because it's just super clean looking as far as the print and the design. You've got the oven and microwave combo. Doesn't have a backsplash, okay? But it does have quartz countertops, which is nice. It's got a huge island. It's really pretty massive. Undermount sink again, squared off, so kind of more of a modern vibe. Baseboards are the 6 inchers. I would like to see those a little bit taller, but at least they're not ornate bevel. They're just, again, shaker style, which to me makes the most amount of people happy in terms of the way that the design is. I don't know if renters necessarily are looking at baseboards, but I do. I look at baseboards for the condition of the property. I look at them from aesthetics and style, right? So this just has all the sharp corners and edges, It has the sharp corner and edge here. Instead of the rounded stuff, it's more sharp here. You got the sharp baseboards. You've got the sharp edges here, okay? And then you have the shaker style cabinets, which are that same minimalist sharp edge as well. Frigidaire, nothing too crazy here. As far as the refrigerator, it's just like it gets the job done. There's nothing wrong with it. Stainless steel. It's nothing too crazy. They didn't over compensate on that. I like that I wouldn't consider it counter depth because you definitely have it, but I've seen some of these refrigerators come out to here and it's like, wow, really? But it's nice that they did enough drywall here, or, you know, they didn't go too crazy with the capacity of the refrigerator. Just looking at ease of use for, you know, a potential renter, and then have it be suitable for them. Okay, so we've got another pedestal here, toilet there. Oh, okay, this is interesting. We've literally got like a water closet right here. That's different. I haven't seen that before. It's like a little door that instead of having your linens, you just have piping. Okay, I've never seen that before. There you go. What's in here? Oh, there's the crawl space. Okay, very cool. I'm not gonna get down there. You're gonna have to take my word for it. But you know, if it was a 2-story and it had a basement or whatnot, that's where that would be. Okay, so this one's a little bit bigger. I mean, I always tell people when I'm showing homes that I'm not going to give you all the stats and the specifics as far as like square footage, because number one, they're never accurate. And then number two, that's public knowledge. Like anybody can look that stuff up. My job is more to just to give you like a, you know, boots on the ground view of what the property represents and kind of the vibe of the neighborhood and stuff like that. And just how far along this is, because that's another thing. You might look at like Google Maps, and Google Maps might literally have this whole neighborhood looking like this right here, like just dirt. Like that might be Google Maps, right? But then you get here and nope, it's like it's already built out. And that's another thing too, like if you're trying to get a renter in here, I would imagine as soon as possible, you want to have something that not only is finished, but you want your neighborhood to be fairly finished as well. So this entire street is finished for the most part. I mean, these guys move so fast; they'll be cleared out of here by, you know, in a month or two. They will come back for to put in the sod, to put in the fencing and things like that. But a lot of people buy homes in the dead of winter, and you've got to wait 6 months before they install sod, you know, in front and backyard, because they don't install it in the middle of wintertime. But they'll come back and they'll put in, you know, your patches of grass and the trees and shrubs and whatnot, drip lines. The drip lines and all that stuff will be installed before, but the hardscape or the softscape might be installed after the fact if it's in the winter. Because this is, you know, summertime builds, this stuff will all be installed before you move in, or before you take ownership, if this is what you wanted to do. All right, pretty cool. Yeah, this has come a long way from last time I was over here. All right. So let's start. This is the primary bedroom here. Big window. We've got walk-in closet, 2 sides, and I love it when I see windows in closets. That really looks good. You got, okay, just a stand-up shower, no tub. That could turn some renters off. I'm just gonna say that up front. Not everybody. Some people would be just fine with it, but some people, you know, that really want a tub. I can speak from experience. People that want those, they want those. And some don't care. What I do like is the cabinetry is at a good level, good, waist level. When you get like the cheaper end stuff, it's like a foot shorter and it just looks weird, but this is actually the proper height, you know, and stuff like that. So I like seeing that. There's all kinds of like debris and dirt and grit and stuff throughout here, but this is how they all are. You know, some little mark right there. They just come back and just through, I mean, I know you know this, but just through like phases, they, you know, quality control comes in and does what they need to do to get it perfect. I built 2 new builds with the same builder, like I said, over the last 5 years from dirt starts. So I saw the house, you know, the framing being done, I mean the dirt work, the concrete work, the framing. So, and I do it for a living as well. So I'm seeing, I do these all the time, these new builds. And so this is right within my wheelhouse. But I'm glad we kind of cleared up that you want to be more up north and not down south, because that makes my job easier. I can just show you homes that are up north. And if you really want to focus on Lennar, then it's easy too. Okay, so what I will do is I will have the sales rep email us details about these properties, like what all comes with the warranties, what all, because I mean, I know that you've had the experience with Lennar before, but that was in a different state. Every state's a little bit different, although they're trying to make things as seamless as possible, I think, being a national builder. And I can definitely see a lot of patterns to suggest that they have a flow and a process. Like for instance, you have Lennar, the builder, then you have Lennar, the lender, then you have the title company's Lennar. So that's all stuff that they do for a reason, and so that they can offer such good rates and things like that. What a lot of builders will do is they'll say, okay, we're gonna give you $30,000 worth of incentives that you could use to improve the property or buy the rate down, okay? Because the rates, today's rate is not 4.99% or 4.5. Today's rate's like pushing a 7%. So what they've done is they've just incorporated the incentives into not just the price of the home, but into the rate that comes along with it. So remember I was telling you before that we're chasing 2 things. We're chasing price point, okay? Right? And then we're also chasing incentives. In this particular case, we're chasing just the price point and the interest rate that comes with the property. So it's kind of like part and parcel. It's included.
Is that your M4?
Yes, sir.
That is so badass.
Thanks, man. I like it.
G82, huh?
It's G82 platform. Yep.
What year?
2023.
God damn, what do you do for work?
Real estate.
I knock doors. I'm Jake. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. you got a good
It's almost as good
there.
as it's almost as good as the M4. I'm getting there. I had an M550 and I had it for about a month, and then I lost it to a flash flood in San Diego. I learned a very good lesson: never buy an expensive BMW in a rainy state.
Yeah.
So good luck to you out here in Colorado, brother.
Don't do that. Yeah. No. This is like my 3rd M car, so
Okay.
I'm pretty used to them by now.
Those things are so cool.
Yeah. Well,
I like the front grills on them.
Yeah. Some people don't.
I do Vivint. Have you talked to us before?
Yeah. And I'm shooting for my client.
Yeah,
I'm a realtor.
I'm not gonna try to sell you nothing.
Yeah.
We just do alarms and cameras. If that is that your place that you moved into or no?
No. I'm showing a client some stuff.
Might have to get into real estate. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
All right. You too, man. Appreciate it. So these guys, they are so thirsty to sell you freaking solar panels. Oh my gosh. I like technology. Don't get me wrong. I use ChatGPT every day practically. I'm a big nerd. I love AI. I love all this stuff. But solar panels, the jury's still out on whether that actually really does anything. If you have acreage and you have like a wind farm or solar panels and you're selling it back to the grid and you're doing that, that's great, long-term thing. But most people that I've come in contact with that have pay that or finance that, when it comes time to sell it or do something with the property, they're taking a loss on it because they just haven't recouped the investment. You know, who knows, maybe 15 years into ownership you might start recouping the investment, but yeah. I'm digressing a little bit, but there you go. It's pretty much a quick rundown of Copper Chase at Sterling Ranch is the official like name of the sub area. It calls out like the fact that we're in Sterling Ranch, and then it says, hey, we're in a new filing called Copper Chase. And here's kind of the level of landscaping, and you know, it's pretty decked out once it gets sorted. You've just got like the 3/4 cut, coarse cut rock right here. You've got a little bit of grass patch. You've got a elm tree here. You've got some various shrubs like some Russian sage, I believe is that purple one right there. You've got the bark mulch. I know some of these plants have gone through landscaping packages a lot. It's one of my favorite things. Super relaxing. All right. Try to zoom in. Can't really see it from here, but that's the sign for the neighborhood. Let's go into the model real quick, just to get a quick peek of what's going on over there. I like that they have the 6-foot cedar fence for the privacy fence. Love it when you see like fresh cut cedar in a new community. It looks like pretty and beautiful. And then within 2 years, with like the sprinkler overspray and the weather and the snow, then it looks like a lot not as nice. 2 or 3 years. So it's funny that it looks perfect when this stuff is getting built. We've got Mugo pine, which is what this guy's called right here. Love it, love it, love it. Mugo pine. We've got an ornate grass right here. It's like probably Carl Forrester. It's the name of that ornate grass. We've got sunspot patella right in there. And let you take a guess at which one that is with the yellow flowers. Sunspot patella. We've got a pinyon tree right here. Baby brother to ponderosas here in the Springs. We've got Spirea, which is another native plant. That's that. There's 3 right there. That's the one to the left and the right. Love it. More ornate grass. I forget what these little fine ones are called. I've got those in my yard. This is 1 to 1.5 inch river rock. I personally like more of the coarse cut rock like this. This is 1 to 1.5 coarse cut. I think it looks a little more modern. I've got this actual stuff in my backyard as a trim. The river rock looks a little bit more like Thomas Kincaid country. I'm more of like the modern style myself. You pick a boulder, a couple boulders, and usually there's like 1 tree in the front yard. But they're very uniform with how they're doing things. You can definitely tell. Most all builders are uniform with how they do things to a certain degree. Let me go in the front door actually. This is the Juniper 2-story, 1,800 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. We round up. It's 2.5, but we round up. Someone's gonna be happy with that big, nice side yard. Oh, they did lock it. Okay, let's go through the sales model then. I like to go through like the proper way to enter the house, because sometimes people don't even know what they're looking at. We're actually in the garage right here. And, you know, they've already got like the shiplap up, you know, and things like that. You could do stuff like that with a home and just really like make it nice. I'm gonna stay on this map for a minute because this is a great way to look at things. So My son, my second born, was born right here at St. Francis Hospital. Okay. And this is Woodman Road. And this is, my big finger out of the way, make it, there you go. Powers Boulevard. This goes all the way out, takes you out to I-25 eventually. This is Wolf Lake. This is all like built out now. This is an older picture. This is all finished. But these are 5-acre lots. So this area right in here is not being built. But then down here, where we are like right in here, it's all Sterling Ranch. And then this section is Copper Chase within Sterling Ranch. So I used to live, here's the lake. I lived like right here. So we were, here's the beginning of the Black Forest tree line. So we were really focusing and thinking about Wolf Ranch, which is all this. But then now they're building another section that's will be close to the scale of that in the Front Range. So love looking at maps though, it really gives you perspective. Okay, so we're still in the garage. Hope they didn't lock these. Oh, we're good. All right. Yeah, I think that's a thing now where they're just painting those. That's so weird. I mean, I'm sure that you could care less about that, but any little small detail or change or whatnot, I notice. Okay, so as we come into this house, okay, staircase up to the second floor. This is another home that's on a crawl space. We've got another massive island with the walkway right there, dining area, and kind of living area. So perfect for either a single guy or gal that actually wants a house with a yard. That's going to be, what is the appeal to this kind of a product. For somebody to have their own fenced backyard. That's going to be one of the appeals. Plus, it's new. So that's going to stand out from a lot of properties that are already on the market because those are used or older. This is brand new. And so I think you're on to the right thing with the investment as far as new construction. Here's the difference. In a pre-existing world, we could